Why does selfish win and how to become selfish without being a prick? So, this might not make so much sense. Actually, no, it might make sense actually. You've seen in maybe films when people are selfish, they succeed because they basically regret, or not regret, but push away all the relationships and all that, so then they, can become great, right? Well, there is a way to do that, to achieve that success, but not exactly push all the people away that you really, really like being with, but with a caveat. Okay? Now, hopefully, I said that right. Caveat. I don't. Basically, to do that, you have to still spend a minimum amount of time with each of those people, either every week, every month, whatever. Okay? Like even for me, some of my friends, I literally maybe see them once, twice, no, once like every 2 months or something because I'm extremely busy. But in that time, I will spend good time with them, right? I will make sure that like I'm there with them for like quite for a decent amount of time as well. And we all, when we're all with each other as well, we genuinely do enjoy each other's company. And then we'll talk about what we've been up to and what we strive to want to become as well. But to become somewhat selfish, all right, you kind of need to push away a lot of things that you have really enjoyed doing. So sometimes it could be like, if you were like me, like you really like playing video games or something, right? But you've spent a lot of time on it, a lot. Okay, for me it was like an addiction, and then it affected a lot of my grades somehow. But then I kind of pulled through with it at the same time. Okay, luckily, but you want to become you do want to become somewhat selfish, okay? But spend the lesson is really just spend minimum at least, like even write it down. Like you don't want to lock yourself in a room and then never speak to your family again in order to actually achieve success. You will be alone, and I don't recommend you do that. Okay? Even if it is just if it's every if you need to do that, and I think you kind of should. Okay, if you find yourself you're not in a good place, okay, work on a project that you'd be proud of. It could even just be as simple as like just working out. That's it, okay? It can or making a song, and because you haven't made a song before, just work on that. And if you need to just spend like hours and hours on it, all right? But still sometimes just like you know when you're passing by like your mom or your dad, okay, or your siblings, just at the very least imagine like make sure like you at least say 4 sentences to them. Spend 2 minutes speaking to your mom, speaking to your sister. Okay, just do that. All right, and then at the very least, your relationships won't really break apart, and you can kind of keep them. But you're remember you are trying to become this amazing, not amazing person, but like you're trying to work on this project, and there are some sacrifices having that you need to make. But this is the way that you can really do it without like breaking any relationships. It's basically trying, it sounds really mean, but it is just trying to maintain it on literally the bare minimum. Okay, like like you kind of have to learn how to be all right with being alone and working on your own projects. Okay, at first it's gonna feel quite overwhelming, genuinely, but over time you'll get used to it. Okay, you can almost sometimes get far too into it. All right, but just make sure like even write down on a bit of paper. Okay, just literally like this time this month go out with friend. Okay, if it's something that you really do enjoy doing, go for it. I do not like it's been a while as well, but like genuinely if you this is another lesson I guess, but if you have friends who you enjoy doing a certain activity with, it could be anything like playing games, right? But the thing is, you don't ever talk outside of that. I would highly suggest, and you would highly disagree, but I would highly suggest rethinking about whether or not they are really your friend. because a real friend, would still stick with you even if you weren't playing games. You could literally spend hours with each other, just doing nothing and just speaking to each other, sharing your goals, sharing your passions, and basically protecting each other. Okay, and you need that. I do not want you to be a lone wolf. A lone wolf does not work out. You do need friends, and they will help you basically keep on track with a lot of things. Make sure they're good friends as well, though. There are some people who really they should be a lot like you. Okay, you should try to be friends with people who want the best for you. That can be hard to do because a lot of the times, and I'm afraid this is somewhat the truth for a lot of people, but they don't really have real friends. They have people who enjoy doing the same thing with each other, and then outside of that, if you remove that, such as like alcohol or something, they're not friends anymore. They just enjoy getting drunk together. It's not worth it. You're wasting each other's time, and genuinely, you will regret it. Okay? But I do want you to be selfish on a certain level, because you can go so far with whatever you're doing. If it is like creating an album or something, if you're a musician, all right, or working out, or just working on some sort of project, you need to choose a project, all right. But being selfish to become better on that certain thing, or just being better in general, taking all these kind of things, right, like all these healthy stuff. If you do that, you will get so far, and I think you should really give it a shot. It's gonna be difficult, but being selfish is truly the way that you can kind of succeed. But you still want your friends, your family, though, okay? Do not cut them off, okay? It's really important. But if there are some friends you do kind of want to cut off, just kind of genuinely just kind of ghost them. Don't really, if they ask you to basically hop on a certain game or something, just don't say anything. If you really genuinely are busy, just say, or even if you want to be polite, I think you probably should be polite, just say, sorry, I'm kind of busy. um maybe maybe not another, actually, yeah, just say, sorry, I'm busy right now. That's it. Okay, the more and more you say that, then they'll understand. Okay, a lot of people don't like this is kind of a side tangent, but basically a lot of people are kind of scared being honest about their true goals and saying so, because it can hurt the other person. Because in that case, I guess being kind would be hurtful, but that should be the case. But if you can't do that, just say, I'm busy right now, and that's it. Okay, just somewhat ghost them in that way. Hopefully this is helpful. If it was, subscribe, because I plan to make you the musician of the future. And if you're not a musician, I just plan to make you a better person. Alright? There are too many people who are down the wrong path. They could be so much better, because a lot of people have a lot more potential. I can see that in people, but they let it slide. It's disappointing. So I want you to get better. Hopefully this is helpful though.